Tap, 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 tap. The soles of my shoes slapped against the granite floor like a persistent canary. I had to dig my fingernails into my thighs to make my legs stop bouncing to the rhythm of my restless, foolish heart. Shut up, heart. Chill out, heart. Stop fussing, heart. There was no need to panic. Not even a little. Not even at all. I was going to get the job. I elevated my head, flashing the woman sitting across from me my biggest, most enthusiastic smile. When we advertised the job for a PA position, we what's the word I'm looking for? Lied. Slamming her chrome MacBook shut, she splayed her bony manicured fingers on top of it, showcasing a ring that must have cost enough to buy the better half of my up-and-coming neighborhood. My throat bobbed, and I smoothed down my tattered pencil skirt. Actually, it wasn't even mine. It was Natasha's, my brother's wife, and 2 sizes too large at the waist. I only ever got called back from food chain restaurants that didn't require a suit, so I'd had to improvise. I tucked my knotted ankles under my chair, sparing my interviewer my silver Oxford shoes, a hint of my personality I'd forgotten to disguise. Everything in the woman's office screamed excess. Her desk, white and sleek, the seats made of alabaster leather, and the bronze chandelier dripping down between us like liquid gold. The Hollywood sign poured from her floor-to-ceiling window in all its promising, beautiful, broken promises glory. So close you could see the dirt clinging to the white letters. Her workplace was the size of a ballroom. There wasn't a drop of color or personality in this office, and not by accident. Jenna Holden, powerhouse agent to the biggest Hollywood stars, owner of JHE Group. She didn't have time to get personal, least of all with the likes of me. You're not looking for a PA? The forced smile on my face crumbled. I needed this job like Mark Wahlberg needed to show his real junk in Boogie Nights. Really, really bad. Case in point, I was living with my brother, his wife and kid, and as much as they loved me, I'm sure they loved not having to share their 1-bedroom apartment with a 21-year-old avant-garde slob slightly more. My only source of transportation was my bicycle, which in LA was the equivalent of getting from A to Z on a dead turtle's back. I'm looking for something. Jenna tipped her chin down, bowing a thinly plucked eyebrow, and it does involve some assisting. My patience was hanging by a thread, ready to jump ship. I was hungry, thirsty, and desperate for the job. Any job. Summer had kicked my ass, and all the blue-collar positions had been filled by acne-ridden teenagers. This was the 3rd time I'd come into JHE for this vague job this month. First, I'd gone through the HR girl who'd left me waiting for 40 minutes because her pedicure appointment ran late. Then, Jenna's personal assistant had grilled me like I was fresh back from an ISIS training camp. Finally, I'd met with the mega agent herself, and now she was telling me I'd been misled this whole time?
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.